Then scene shift to the Hyun apartment, where door creaks open. The room is dim, the silence heavier than the darkness. Softly said Hyun, I'm here. Hyun said, it's okay if you come, but I was surprised. It was 3 in the morning, and you vanished like smoke. No calls, no trace, like I was holding a thread that suddenly snapped in my hand. Ashamed, voice low, I'm sorry. I drank too much, and I fell asleep on the school grounds. Hyun gaze softening and said, if you were that drunk, it makes sense. Still, you were the one who promised not to disappear again. So, he stops. The air shifts. Foreign scent coils through the room, like a shadow slithering beneath a locked door. Hyun steps closer, brow furrowing. Nervous and said Hyun. Hyun inhales sharply, eyes narrowing. Hyun, low and sharp, said the person you drank with was an alpha. Defensive, no, he is a beta. Hyun, voice cold, almost a whisper, then why are you wearing a pheromones that doesn't belong to you? Confused, sniffing his shirt, it smells. Hyun said, it pheromones. The stench is crawling on your skin like oil on water. So thick it's asking questions your mouth won't answer. Helpless and said, I don't know anything. Hyun gaze softens. He reaches out, fingers brushing through Yuno's hair. Hyun quietly said, this world has teeth, Some bite without barking first. Be careful next time. No matter how tall you grow, even trees fall if the wind is sharp enough. He turns, walking toward his room. Thinking you were treated like a child again. Hyun without looking back and said, I'm going to sleep. You should too. Said. Yes. Remains frozen, the air thick around him. Said to himself, pheromones, sometimes they cling to you. Like secrets with a scent. Then flashbacks start where the light was dim, golden, unreal, like memory already distorting itself. Kim Jae-gyu smiling over his glass and said, who do you like more? Beta or Omega? Slurred and said, no, Alpha. Kim Jae-gyu laughing softly and said, you are so drunk. Want to go home? We will have to walk through the dark a bit. Back to the present, whisper, there's no way, Kim Jae-gyu is a beta. Can betas even release pheromones like that? He shivers. Said, but still, keep your distance. Before the tide pulls you under, and this is where the flashback ends. Coming back to the present, sat curled on the couch, elbows pressed to his knees, the room dim and still. Said to himself, so in the end, it was alpha pheromones. But why would Kim Jae-gyu? Could it really have been him? His thoughts were a tangled skein of thread, each knot pulling tighter as he tried to unravel it. He stood up, rubbing his forehead. Said, my head feels like a drum, someone won't stop beating. Right now, even Hyun feels like walking through fog. He moved toward the front door, quietly. Just then, Hyun emerged from his room, stretching slightly. Masking his thoughts and said, you are back late from work. Hyun, yawning and softly said, yes. It has been busy, like trying to hold water in your hands. He walked to the table and sat down, exhaling. Heaven said, did you eat already? Said, yes. What about you? Hyun said, I grabbed something with co-workers. A new restaurant opened near the company. Everyone was curious. Gave a small nod, eyes drifting. Hyun tilted his head, brow furrowed. Then he caught a scent. Quiet pause. He stood up and walked toward slowly, like a compass turning north. Hyun gently said, wait a second. He leaned in slightly, sniffing the air, subtle, careful. Hyun frowned, you are wearing someone else's pheromones again. Blinking and said, Hyun, what is wrong? Hyun tone sharpening, this morning you said you would go alone. So whose pheromones are you wearing now? Said, it's just the boss. I guess it stuck to me. Hyun muttering, boss who leaves behind an alpha pheromones. Half smiling, half tired, it's not what you think. Hyun backing away, and bitterly said, don't explain. It doesn't matter whose scent it is. It just feels like someone drew over my painting. Looked down at the floor. Said, Hyun, I'm not trying to hurt you. Hyun sighed and turned away, folding his arms. Hyun softly said, "It's not pain." "Not exactly. More like, I had something warm in my hands and then suddenly it was cold." Yuno walked toward the door. Hyun, without turning, and said, "Sorry. I'm not good at this. I get jealous, even of other people." There was silence. Yuno stood still for a moment. Then Hyun spoke, carefully. Hyun said, "I don't understand a lot of things. But I'm trying." Hyun nodded once, still facing the door. Hyun said, "My boyfriend came home carrying the scent of another alpha, like a storm cloud that drifted in from someone else's sky. That's what really gets under my skin." Yuno said, "Hey, don't let your emotions set fire to dry grass." Hyun said, "Do you even know whose pheromones was left on you?" Then he said, "There are too many broken people in this world, like glass waiting to cut someone just for walking by. For an alpha who has never known warmth, and carries an inferiority complex like a heavy coat in summer, doing something like that isn't all that strange." "You do know who I'm talking about, don't you?" Yuno said, "No, that shadow doesn't have a name to me. I really don't know him." Hyun said, "Are you telling me the truth? Or is this another dream I will wake up from alone? Is this really something I don't have to care?" Yuno said, "You don't have to care it. Not this." Hyun said, "All right, I will let it go. Just don't let me end up lost in the fog again." The morning sun spilled over the city like warm milk, soft and deceptive, masking the heaviness hanging between them. Hyun's fingers tightened slightly on the steering wheel as he pulled up near the cafe. The engine idled like a held breath. Yuno looked at him, eyes as light as morning frost. "Should I go shopping today?" "No," Hyun said quickly, voice cutting sharper than intended. "Not at all." There was a pause. Yuno didn't question the tone. He just smiled gently, the way someone smiles when they know they are treading over a landmine. "We haven't eaten together in a while. I thought I would make kimchi soup." Hyun gave a reluctant nod. "Okay." Yuno tapped at his phone, checking ingredients, his brow furrowed in focus. The air between them thickened again. Not with conversation, but with the echo of the previous night. With the scent that still lingered in Hyun's lungs like smoke after a fire. "Yesterday's pheromones were annoying," Hyun muttered under his breath, gaze flicking to Yuno, like he could burn away the memory by sheer will. "I wasn't allowed to hurry. I still want to cover it up properly." The car's silence wasn't empty, it pulsed with all the things unsaid. "Why is it so annoying?" Hyun whispered to himself. "Am I infected by it too? Like catching a fever you didn't know you were exposed to, subtle at first, then unbearable." The scent of Yuno had burrowed into his senses, clawing at restraint like ivy climbing a crumbling wall. "I will go home alone today," Yuno said suddenly, quietly. "You take your leave early." "What?" Hyun looked over sharply. "Why, I told you, I'm only taking half a day. Work will be over soon." "I know," Yuno replied without looking up. "But you don't have to come pick me up." Something inside Hyun twisted, a thread pulled taut and snapping. Without a word, he turned the car sharply, the tires murmuring against the road. Yuno tensed. "Where are you going?" Suddenly, Hyun. Hyun said nothing. He drove until the noise of the city melted behind them and the streets grew quieter, lonelier. He stopped the car in a place where no one watched, where even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Yuno's hand reached for the door. What place is this? It wasn't just a place. It was a pause, a liminal space between restraint and surrender. The world outside the car was wide, but the space between them felt narrower than ever, like two wolves in a cage, circling the edge of something primal. Then the car had stopped, but the air inside hadn't settled. It pulsed between them like static, heavy, charged, waiting to spark. Yuno shifted in his seat, eyes on the windshield where raindrops gathered like unsaid words, clinging for a moment before sliding away. Then, Hyun moved. Without a word, he leaned over, his hand bracing against the seat, closing the gap with the quiet insistence of a wave pulling toward the shore. Before Yuno could react, Hyun was on top of him, not aggressive but inevitable, like gravity. "Wait a minute, Hyun," Yuno said, voice caught between surprise and unease. But Hyun kissed him, not softly, not harshly, something in between, like emotion trying to find the right shape. His fingers trembled slightly, where they gripped the edge of the seat, betraying that he was holding something back. Yuno drew back just enough to speak, breath fogging between them. Why did you do this so suddenly, without saying anything? Hyun's voice came low, not angry, but raw. Why are you scared? You are the first person I have ever let in like this. And then you walk into my space, smelling like someone else's claim. The words hung in the cabin like smoke dents, unspoken meaning curling in the silence. And now, Hyun continued, you are pulling away from me, like I'm the one you shouldn't touch. Yuno stared at him, at the hurt flickering behind Hyun's sharpness, the pleading in his defiance. It's not that, Yuno murmured. It's just not here. Not like this. I don't want it to be something rushed. I don't want to blur the line between needing and wanting. Hyun's lips twitched. Not a smile, more like a wound reopening. Impossible, he said, almost to himself. If I don't show you how I feel right now, it will eat me alive. I will start believing I imagined everything. He rested his forehead against Yuno's, closing his eyes like he was bracing against a storm. I won't push you, but don't ask me to pretend this doesn't matter. Outside, the world continued, cars passed, rain whispered, streetlights blinked in and out of focus, but inside the car, time held its breath.